What's going on, YouTube? Back at you with another video. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a full Akuma tutorial guide on how to play him in Tekken 7. So obviously I recently reached Tekken God Prime, and since I don't want to hop back on ranked anymore because of how toxic it is, and Akuma is pretty much the only character I play with, I thought why not just give a tutorial out, share my knowledge on the character, and hopefully you can learn something from this, whether if you're new or familiar, because this will be a guide from beginner to pro. So yeah, so without wasting any time, let's just get straight into it. The first thing we can talk about is his fireball. Obviously he's the only character in this game that can shoot a fireball or a projectile in this game, with the exception of customized weapons, which don't count. So yeah, he's the only one who could throw a fireball. He has a slow and a fast version, and both are good ways to just zone your opponent out. You can approach the opponent, just throw a fireball, just keep it pretty much just keeps them in check, right? Oh, he can also throw this in the air. So yeah, he has an air fireball, and this is really good because if you're jumping in and the opponent is expecting you to jump in and wants to try to punish, you can just forward jump into fireball, and you just make them look silly. So here, boom, fireball. Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, he also has the red fireball, which is a little bit more stronger. He also has a slow and fast version. The second iconic move that Akuma has is obviously his Tatsumaki. However you say that. I'll just call it Tatsu, or spin kick. Yeah, so it's right there. He has a light and heavy version. Both are really good, but are used in different situations. So the light Tatsu is used to follow up with a Shoryuken or to cancel into a combo, while the heavy Tatsu, you don't really want to use this out in the open because first of all, it's really punishable, and second, it doesn't do that much damage. However, if you bring them to the wall, let's say you get them on the wall, you get a wall splat, and you can follow it with a heavy Tatsu. And if you get a right angle on them, you can, what's it called? You can actually follow it with another Tatsu, so like this. Just like that. See, so the light version and heavy version are both really good moves in their own situation. Okay, so Akuma's third fundamental move, or iconic move that he has, is obviously his Shoryuken. So just like with the Tatsu, he also has a light version and a heavy version, which does 3 hits. And both work in their own situations, but I'll show you how. So the light version is really good to extend combos, and that's if you use bar of meter, right? Whereas the heavy version is more used as a combo ender. So like if I get somebody on the wall, I can, let's see, I get a wall splat, or it can be used to wake up. So there'll be a video playing right here. It'll show you a wake up Shoryuken looks like. But basically, if you knock Akuma to the ground, he can wake up with the DP. I don't know why I kept calling it Shoryuken. I could just call it DP. But yeah, he can wake up with the DP. Okay, but if we turn on counter hit and we wake up with Shoryuken, it does more damage, and he's invincible. Completely invincible. You can't touch him. So that's the best thing about the EX DP. But both DPs can be used to escape pressure. So if an opponent's pressuring you, you can just boom, DP. Or yeah, it's a good way to really just interrupt all that pressure that your opponent's giving you, and just restart from neutral and stop that momentum, right? Okay, now to the most important thing that Akuma is going to rely on, and is really going to determine how well your Akuma is going to play against the opponent, is how well you use the meter. Now, this is an extremely important thing you have to get down. FADC cancel is what it's called, because pretty much Akuma relies on the meter for combo damage, and what else? Oh, and pressure. using the FADC cancels. So I'll show you how. So if whatever move you do, you can cancel into it, right? Not whatever move, but like his main. He can cancel into a bunch of moves, but if the opponent's blocking, so let's get them blocking. Okay, so let's say the opponent's blocking, right? And you think you're gonna get punished for whatever move you do, you can just cancel like that. Okay, and this basically puts Akuma in a plus. So if the opponent's blocking and you FADC, Akuma he has the frame advantage. So this is really good because if you think you're gonna get punished for a move, you just cancel and boom. Now you have the advantage, and now you can attack whatever way you want. Okay. Hope that made sense. The other thing that you can do with Akuma's meter is enhance a bunch of moves. So obviously I already showed you the EXDP, right? Obviously that's what counter hit on. If we turn that off, it doesn't do that. But anyways, yeah, you can enhance moves. So you can enhance the Hadoken, you can enhance his Tatsumaki, and you can advance what's it called? You can just use it to cancel any move pretty much, or most of his moves. Okay, let's start with Akuma's down 4. It's a really strong move that sweeps the opponent to the ground. It also gives a good time frame for Akuma to do to dive kick. Yeah, the move is called dive kick, and that's basically it's while running 3, and Akuma dives into the air, and it's a mid. So if you combine these two together, down 4, and the opponent, and you can mix this up, right? So you can go down 4, and the next time the opponent thinks you're going down 4, you just dive kick. Boom. So let's see that again. You can like down 4, or you can dive kick. They block that. Down 4 again. Down 4 again. So yeah, Akuma is pretty much he's a 50-50 beast pretty much. So the sweep can be used like that. Dive kick. That's how I would go about it. And the dive kick is a super fast move too. So both of these moves go hand to hand together. Now the problem with down 4 though, that you're gonna stumble into, is if the opponent crouches and blocks the down 4. Let's put some frame data on here so you guys can see. It's -27, and many characters can punish this, but only from this distance. Now, what pro Akuma players do is they'll shoot the down 4 over here. Now, if you want to get technical, it's in that the distance from opponent is around 2.40 or 2.30 or 2.50. But you get the gist of it. It's the tip of where his ankle hits the opponent, and that's pretty much the distance you want to be using the down 4, because it's really safe, and not many characters, only a few selective characters can punish it, like Leroy, but he's broken as hell, so yeah. But yeah, shooting your down 4 from this range is going to be crucial, and is a good, you should make that a good habit of shooting your down 4, because this, you're going to take a full launch from your opponent from that distance. Okay, so yeah, like I said, just shoot your down 4 far away, just so that the ankle hits, or his foot touches the opponent, and don't shoot it too close. Okay, cool. Okay, Akuma's other crucial low, like I said, is the down 3, and that's because you can obviously cancel into it with the FADC moves to get more combo damage, or just combos in general, right? To extend your combos. But he can also cancel this into other moves, such as Demon Flip, or DP, and Hadoken, right? And I'll explain the Demon Flip stuff I just did. But yeah, for the most part, this is going to be crucial on how you're going to get your combos going. It's going to be super important for you to keep this down 3 in your arsenal, because it's unseeable. So you just got to take advantage of it. Okay, so now let's talk about Akuma's jumping and demon flip mix-ups. This is obviously another mechanic that makes Akuma such a strong character, is his jumping and demon flip mix-ups. And to go over the demon flip, let's just start off by explaining that there's also two different versions. There's the light version. There's the light version. Oh my god. There's the light version and the heavy version. It's obvious the light one is short range while the heavy one shoots further. And for the most part, you're definitely going to be using the heavy version more, because when we go into combos such as back 3, you're going to want to use the heavy demon flip, right? Because if I go in for the short one, Akuma can't reach to extend that combo. So the heavy one's going to be for that purpose. It's also really good because you can demon flip from really far. You can see, look at that range. Akuma can hit you from super far away. Look at that. Okay, so demon flip. He has 3 different mix-ups that we have to go over. The first, there's 1, 2, 3. How many was that? Okay, I think that was like 5. Okay. Anyways, he has a bunch of mix-ups that we should go over, and the first one is his what happens if you hit nothing after the demon flip. So if you hit nothing after the demon flip, Akuma is gonna roll into a slide, and this is the furthest way you can attack your opponent. Just look at the range on this thing, and that's for the light version. But if you do the heavy version, it almost reaches from that direction, from that distance. But yeah, that's what happens if you don't hit a button after the demon flip. He does this good slide. It's a good move, but it's really linear, so it's going to be really easy for your opponent to just sidestep out the way. His second move is the demon flip into jab. So if you hit jab after you demon flip, Akuma shoots his hand out. Oh, it's called demon palm. There we go. Yeah, so what's called demon palm is going to be a good way to stop your opponent from jabbing you out. Sorry. Because typically, your opponent wants to interrupt your aerial time in the air while Akuma's in the air. Okay, I probably said that really stupid. But yeah, while you're in the air, the opponent's going to want to jab you out to stop your pressure and anti-air you, get some type of combo going so that they send a message saying, yeah, don't jump on me. But in order to stop this, just demon palm them right there. Boom. This is an anti-jab for people who are trying to jab you out of the air. So here, it's just jab. That's it. Boom. It also has good tracking. So if the opponent tries to sidestep but doesn't sidestep quick enough, it will also catch them. Okay. And you can test these out, obviously, if you set your dummy to jab or whatnot. But yeah, this is your anti-jab. Okay, now his other demon flip move is if you hit 3 after the demon flip. So demon flip 3, it does this cool spin kick in the air, and this is going to be used if the opponent doesn't want to jab you out, but instead wants to sidestep you so that they'll catch you on from behind or whatever. This is a good way to stop it because it's full tracking right there. So if the opponent sidesteps, yeah, good move. And you can also delay this too to really mix it up. So if we, with our first 2 demon flip moves, that one and this one, you can go 1, right? And the opponent thinks you're gonna do it again because it's a mid, so they'll get hit with it. Or you can go down, down, and then the next one, hit them. And this is also obviously counter hit. So if they decide to punch you out, but they hit too late, it will launch them like that. Wait, oops, hold on. I thought I put counter hit on. Oh, there we go. Boom, they'll get launched into the air, and from there you can extend, make them look silly. Boom, debunked. Okay, so yeah. This is a really strong one. It's personally my favorite because obviously you use it to extend your combos, right? Or stop their sidestep. and it just does a pretty good chunk of damage. 25 damage. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, on to his next one. He has Demon Flip 2, or wait, what is that? 1, 2. Yeah, so Demon Flip 2. So if you hit 2 after the Demon Flip, he does this karate chop hit, and it makes the opponent bounce off the floor. And this is gonna be good if you see the opponent crouching too much. So if the opponent doesn't jab you out, sidestep you, but instead decides to just crouch, thinking that you're going to Demon Flip jab, because this is a high, right? So if they try to duck, you're gonna get punished because the Demon Flip jab is gonna miss. So instead, they decide to crouch, right? Okay, no problem. Demon Flip 2. Let me go ahead and just put the... let me just go ahead and put him in crouch mode. Okay. Oh, oops. Boom. And we get a full combo after that. We can extend that combo. Boom. Okay. And most of these moves are really safe, so I'll review that after each move, each Demon Flip move. His other one, I think this is his last one. Yeah, is this one right here. This is what happens when you hit 4. So Demon Flip 4. And when I'm referring to the numbers, I mean the color code that I'm using because we have different controls. But yeah, Demon Flip 4. That's gonna be your heavy hit. Basically, he dives into the kick. He dive kicks you. Okay, and this is gonna be a good one if the opponent is... I wouldn't use this one too much, with the exception of the fact that it gives you a bunch of pressure. So, let's say they're blocking, right? Let's say I go for a low Demon Flip. Or wait, I thought I put standing guard. Whatever. Demon Flip, right? It will force the opponent into crouching, and this gives you a bunch of pressure to work with. So you go here. You're plus. If you want to see that for yourself, let's pull the frame data. Yeah, see? We're +4 if they block. So we can... Most of these moves are really safe. So... Boom. Okay, yeah, you get the gist of it. But reason this one's so strong is because you can combo after it. So here. So this one's pretty linear, but so the opponent can sidestep it. But if you do get a hit on it, you can extend the combos. Okay. So yeah, all these moves are super good. This is going to be your mix-up game with Akuma. You have the jab, you have the sidestep, what's it called? Anti-jab, anti-sidestep, anti-crouch, and anti-stand. Oh wait, I forgot one more. That is Demon Flip. What is that? Demon Flip 1. It's basically my grab button. I don't know how to explain it. I don't really know all the technical terms like that. But if you Demon Flip into grab, he'll do a command grab. Like that. And this is anti-standing, right? If they just straight up do nothing, right? Like, let's say that they keep blocking here. Let's say they keep blocking. They block that. Oh, okay. We're just going to grab you. Boom. Akuma just flips them out into the air. Bam. Just flat on their face. This is a good one just to... This one really sends a message. Like, don't just stand there and do something. Okay? So yeah, that's all Akuma's Demon Flip mix-ups right there. We have anti-jab. We have anti-sidestep. We have anti-crouch. Anti-stand and do nothing. And also stand and do nothing. Alright, so yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the Demon Flips. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is Akuma's super or focus attack, as well as his armored move. These are both armored moves, meaning that if the opponent tries to hit me, so here, do it. What are you doing? Oh my god. Oh, sorry. So if the opponent tries to... if the opponent tries to hit me, Akuma can take in all of the hits, right? As long as he's in the focus attack stance. And he can pretty much just straight up punish you. Just make you look silly. It's a great combo extender as well as a punish. But how we want to use it is gonna pretty much be based off how you want to... It's gonna be on how you want to play it. So there's 3 different ways you can play this. There's a weak version of the focus attack, which you just go like this, but you're not really gonna use that. There's the medium version. Okay, if you land this, you'll get the combo. But the thing about it is that if they block it, you'll get the pressure, right? But it's, I mean, they blocked it, right? And also note that if the person crouches, if the opponent crouches, so let's have them crouch, because it's a high, it'll completely miss. Okay, so because it's such a telegraphed attack, the opponent's gonna either block or crouch. But the thing is, if they try to block it, okay, we got them blocking, and then you go level 3 focus, it'll break through all that. Okay, it will break the opponent from blocking, and you'll get a full combo. Okay, so we have level 1 focus, level 2 focus, and level 3 focus. But mainly the opponent's gonna be crouching, right? Because it's a high, like I said. So how we're gonna deal with that is, and this is from my way of going about it, is if you're gonna focus attack, immediately watch if the opponent crouches, right? And if they do, dash forward and go for this down forward. No, it's all right. I can't explain it, but if you go for this launcher, which is a mid, it'll hit the player. Okay. So basically, you want to focus attack. If they crouch, you dash forward, boom, launch them in the air, make them look stupid. Okay. So that's how you want to use this launcher, because this launcher is pretty much unsafe, right? If we let's see, we have them blocking. We put some frame data, right? Because this launcher, right? If you throw it out in the open, it's -18. So yeah, pretty much everyone can hop kick that, orbital that. Yeah, they can punish it. But on how you can use that and focus attack is you can focus, they crouch, and then boom, launch them in the air. But you gotta be really quick about it, otherwise you'll get punished. So yeah, that's how you want to use focus attack in my eyes. Oh, and for the armored move, this is a super strong move. It honestly, I think it needs a nerf, because it can be pretty annoying to deal with on the other side playing against Akuma. And that's because if you hit the opponent, it is -14, right? But same with the down 4 on its range. Remember how I talked about the range on where you hit the opponent? It will determine if you're going to get launched or not. Well, same goes with this move, the armored move. And on how you, depending on the distance, you can be safe about it pretty much. So if Akuma hits the tip, right, he's safe. Also on top of that, there's a bunch of knockback. It pushes the opponent back, so it's gonna be really hard. Sometimes I'll be in a match and I can just, you can just spam that like twice, honestly. But if you get it at this range, like I said, it's good. Safe here, or safe there. Yeah. But yeah, it's also an armor move, so if the opponent wants to hit you, boom. That's really good. That's a good buff that Akuma got. Yeah, alright, that's it for armored moves. Let's move on. Alright, so now on to Akuma's launchers, because this is Akuma's launchers is going to be something that it really depends on what your opponent is thinking, right? And let me show you why. So Akuma has has a couple launchers, right? So he has this one here. Oh, oops, let me take my opponent out of standing. Okay. He has this one here. He also has wall rising 2. Okay. And he has FADC launch from jab DP, like this. Wait. Just like that. Okay, so we have a couple of launchers to work with, but to keep it simple, these are the main launchers you want to worry about. Okay. So to start off, we have Akuma's that move right there. Like I said, it's unsafe. It's minus 18, but if you use it the right way, like I showed you with the focus attack, it can be really strong. You can get quite a chunk of damage with it. Go here. Okay, this is my staple if you want to use it. Okay, you can extend it. But overall, it's not really a good risk to take. Risk versus reward, right? Okay. So the next launcher he has is Wall Rising 2. This one is extremely good. And that's because it's a 50-50 guess, right? Because the opponent can either think, oh, he's gonna go for a down 2, right? He's gonna try to combo me, and that's if you have meter, of course. Or if you know that the opponent is gonna crouch the next time you go for that down 3, you can just launch him into the air because it's a mid, and that's how mids work. So here they think you're going for the down 3. Okay, next time, oh, okay, go ahead, crouch. Okay, oh, you think you're gonna crouch? No problem. Thank you. And then you take all that damage. And then we do what we do best, and that's just destroy them. Oh, the next launch we should go over is his back 3. Okay, so... And this is typically going to be followed up with the Demon Flip. With the Demon Flip 3 that I was talking about, and that's the Demon Flip with this little spin kick in the air. Right? So here we're going to get into a little bit of combos. Right? Just briefly. Just brief intro to combos. But yeah, his back 3 can extend into Demon Flip and then combo. Right? You get the gist of it. Same with this here. You can also Demon Flip. Okay. And we have... Why is Siri talking? Shut up. Okay. And then we have this launcher. Okay, so those are like the 3 launchers, but for the most part... Oh, and I forgot to explain the frame data on back 3. So yeah, back 3 is minus 14. However, you can Demon Flip. Yeah, you can just... That's your only option, really, to be safe, is to Demon Flip. Okay. But for the most part, out of those 3 launchers I just showed you, this one's gonna be... That's gonna be God's gift right there, because it's a 50-50. You can really just mix it up. You can... Oh, you think you're going low? You think you're going... Nope. Okay. Oh, you think I'm going for Wall Rising 2? Oh, okay. Let me just... Yeah, you get it, right? God. There. Yeah, you get it, right? So, person thinks I'm going low. Wall Rising 2. Think I'm going high? Don't worry. But yeah, that's it for Akuma's launchers, and let's move on. Okay, so now I want to go over Akuma's counter hits, in which he has quite a few, pretty strong, but let's go over them. So the first one is his back 2. Okay, this one hits hard, super hard. It's a good way to check your opponent too, because it's plus, I believe. Okay, no, it's sorry, it wasn't plus. It's minus 9, but like I said, if you hit it at the right range, you're good. Okay. But yeah, if you do hit, if you do get this hit, okay, like I said, it hits super strong, and you can follow up. And I'm following up with a forward 3, because that's the only thing that you can follow up after. Anything aside from that, you can't. So that's the only move you can follow up with, which is this poke right here. Okay. His second counter hit is forward 4. Okay, and no, I don't mean this forward 4. That used to be a counter hit. It used to, if you hit the opponent and they hit a button, it used to launch them in the air. But unfortunately, Akuma got that nerfed, which was a really strong move. So now it just does nothing. But yeah, we still have this forward 4 right here, which just kicks them super hard in the face. And that you can follow up with forward 3, or go there. Okay, or you can, I don't know, you could be creative with it. There's a bunch of stuff you can do. If you just want to be simple, you can do that. Okay, so yeah, we got those. What else does Akuma have? He also has, actually, is that it? Is that all he has? Yeah, I think after that nerf that he has on this forward 4-4, that these two are the only counter hits he truly has. And yeah, you can extend these combos. You can extend these. So like, these are combo extenders is what I'm trying to say. So like, go for a combo. See. Not this one though. This is not a combo extender. It's just a counter hit counter hit. Okay, I forgot to mention one counter hit move that Akuma has, and that's wall rising 3. See there? He knees them in the face super hard. Stop. Okay. It's not used a lot, but if you do end up getting it, you have 2 ways you can extend for more damage, and that is you can go for the down 3 Tatsu DP combo staple, or you can you can demon flip into it. So you can wait. For some crazy damage. Alright, so now I want to talk about Akuma's neutral moves that he has that will help him build meter in early stages of the match, right? Because although Akuma can death combo the hell out of you, he needs meter, and that's the problem. With the death combo without meter, well, there's no combo. So Akuma has a good chunk of moves that will help him build the meter. And it's also good to note that before before Akuma's meter it would regenerate so fast, right? But since it got a recent 20% nerf, 20% meter gain reduction, sorry, it's the pace of how Akuma players play neutral has definitely changed to a more slower paced, in and out style, if that makes sense. So here I'm just gonna go over a bunch of moves, right? So just follow me. So we have obviously the jab, right? So this is good to, you know, to 10 frame. Okay, it can also follow into 1-2. So if you jab 2, he does that, right? But only do that if you actually land the first jab, because this 1+2 is actually super unsafe. Yeah, -17. So that's not a good one. So just don't throw that in the open at all. Right, only if you punish and if you can get the first jab in. Okay. He can also double jab, right? So here, and if you're lucky and the opponent tries to press a button, you can cancel into a Tatsu. Okay. And obviously, if you have the meter, you can cancel DP. But for the sake of the situation, let's just act like we don't have meter. Alright, so that's it for the jab. He also has down forward 2. Okay, this is a good poke here. So I like to mix these two up together. I would go here, poke, right? And he can also extend this, right? If you hit it twice. If you hit down forward 2 twice, so down forward 2-2. It becomes that. And this is a good move to check if your opponent's crouching, but note that the second hit is a high, so the opponent can duck it and launch punish you. But Akuma also has a alternate, so if you do think that the opponent is going to crouch that, you can down forward 2. Down forward 1+2. It looks like that. Boom. It even has a nice little lightning sound to it at the end. But yeah, this is a mid. The last 2 hits are mid, so it definitely checks the opponent. But if you do catch the opponent slipping, he also has just the second half of that move I just showed you. He has this, just forward 1+2. Okay, so you have here. Just remember that the high is. Just remember that the high can be ducked. Okay, he also has down 2 to check the opponent if they're crouching, and we have the second part if you just want to go for that second half. All right. Now Akuma's strongest pokes are gonna be these guys right here. Okay, it's a 12 frame startup that gives you a +1 frame advantage. On block, okay, it's -9, but like I said, the range, right? And you know, even just hitting it here, like this, it gives it like enough pushback for it to be not too punishable, if that makes sense. But yeah, just hitting this at a good range is a good way to just zone them out, keep them in check. But I like this; it's super fast. Same with forward 3. Forward 3. That one, it's super fast. Like it's a good way to just check your opponent. So these two are gonna go hand in hand. So you know, you can just, or you can see that, like you can just do so much with these pokes, and just take advantage of these two because they're super fast. Like look at that speed. Like, so yeah. What else does he have? He has oh, down 2, obviously. So yeah, down 2 is a pretty good move. It's not too unsafe. Wait, oops, I have to get him guarding. Okay, it's only -9. But you know, this is more used like if you have meter, right? Because this is a FADC combo that you can extend into the Hadoken and do your whole combo, right? So unless you whiff punish the opponent with a down 2, you can follow up with a Tatsu. Okay. Let me just show you real quick. Okay. Or you can just go for the Hadoken and turn counter hit off. Okay. That's down 2. Oh, and the other poking move I said was back 4. Okay. This isn't used too much, but it is a good way to just check your opponent. Oh yeah, and we have forward 4, 4. Like I said, this doesn't counter hit anymore, unfortunately, due to the nerf. But it is still a good way to just check your opponent, right? It does a good chunk of damage if they crouch low, and if they block it, it's got some hit stun on it. So, and since it's frame advantage 0, you can just spam it again. Right? It's pretty much a 50-50 on who's gonna hit first. But if they do want to hit, first, no problem. See, look at that. All that range is safe. I'm safe from all of that. And if they do hit, I hit them first. But if they block, I'm good because see, and that's how those two can go together. So yeah, there's a lot of creativity you can do with Akuma. But the game plan pretty much is utilizing his safe moves as pokes for to keep distance, and his down 3 staple combo for get a little chunk of damage. All right, so let's move on to Akuma's sidestep tracking moves. Or what is it called? Yeah, tracking moves. He only has a few select. I'm not sure if he has more than what I know, but for the most part, these are the main tracking moves that he has. He only has a few selective ones, but it's good to note that you understand them or know that he has them, because for the most part, people who are playing against Akuma are going to want to sidestep, and that's obviously because of his linear set of moves that he has. You know, so sidestep is going to be one of the biggest mechanics that you're going to face when playing someone else who's not playing Akuma. But yeah, let's just put our opponent in. Oh, I already have it. So yeah, so we're just gonna put him in sidestep. Okay, he has, first one is the 4-4. Okay, not too much to say about it. Just it's a high. On counter hit, it's really deadly, like I showed. Next one he has, and this one's my favorite. It's 4-3 because it's a double hit. This is a good one to catch your opponent with. And the third one is the Tatsu. Obviously, this is a tracking move, obviously, because it hits all around Akuma. But it's not a good move to just throw out the open. Although it is a tracking move, throwing out in the open is a really telegraphed way to get punished. And however, the only reason I would throw out Tatsu is if I'm throwing out the light Tatsu, and that's only because I would be able to follow up. What the hell? Why was my dude teabagging? That's only because I can follow up with a DP, or if I had meter, follow up with a light DP into combo, etc., etc. Right? Okay. So yeah, those are Akuma's main moves. He has, I'm pretty sure he has more, but you know, just test it out, see what works for you. My favorites are this one and yeah, just that one. Alright, let's move on. Alright, now to move on to Akuma's combos and use of FADC, which I feel like is the hardest part to explain, but I'm going to try to break it down in an easy way so that you can go on and experiment yourself on what combos work for you. But let's start just with the easy approach to Akuma combos. So for the most part, Akuma can FADC into all, different kind of moves, right? Down 2, 2, right? But for the most part, oh, he can connect here, 1, 2. He can cancel into there. But for the most part, Akuma's gonna get his combo damage from his down 3, like we talked about, because it's the unseeable low, right? So you really taking the chance of getting that low and then getting your damage from there, right? That's where most of your damage with Akuma is gonna come from, that down 3. Okay, and I'm gonna give you a simple version on how you can cancel into damage, simple combos versus the hard combos. So let's just start with the hard one, the easy one. So let's say our opponent is blocking, right? Okay, and our goal is to get that down 3. Okay, instead of canceling into the Ado, which is harder, we're just gonna cancel into the Tatsu. You can cancel there, and there's a bunch of combos you have from there. Okay, so that's the first thing. There's a bunch of combos. I'll just give you a bunch right now. Okay, and then personally, my favorite, I like to go. Oops, I messed up. And that one's my favorite because it gives it a more 2D-ish feel. Makes it like it gives it a 2D accent. But anyways, yeah. So you can do a lot with down 3 and Tatsu. It really depends on how you want to play it. You can even just wall carry. Like there's just so much you can do. All right. But you also have to note that down 3 only works into, you can only cancel down 3 if you're close enough, okay? Because if you're from this range, it doesn't work. The opponent can just block. And this used to work pre-console release, but Akuma got that nerfed. So yeah, this range doesn't work. You just get blocked. So you have to be super close. This range right here. Right there, that range. Just remember that it doesn't work if you're far. Okay, like you have to be like at the closest range you can. Alright, now for the big damage, right? Because this is where Akuma can be an S tier god if executed correctly. Now to perform the high damage combos, you're gonna mostly rely on whatever move you cancel into, and then Hado, and cancel from there. And this is where it gets hard, because canceling from the Hadoken after the FADC is extremely difficult. So practicing that, and here, this is one way I like to practice. I'll put the opponent in guard, just so that my meter refills over and over, and I'll be looking to just FADC over and over again. But the trick is you don't want Akuma to do that stutter when he does a FADC. Like, if you do it too early, it looks like that. See how it does a little stutter? If I were to down 3, that wouldn't connect. See? So I want the smooth version. Look like that. See how Akuma just dashes very smoothly? Like that. Because if I connect, it connects. See? Show you again. Looking for that smooth transition. And this is going to take a lot of practice. So one way I like to practice is I like to just keep down 3 and then just looking for the smooth one. And this is extremely good practice to get your FADC down. And you just start over. So all of that would have connected if I had infinite bar, except for that one. So, see, it's just a good way to practice. And there's a bunch of videos out there that can teach you how to specifically down cancel correctly, or tips for canceling, especially if you're on controller, because it can be super hard. But yeah, so back to Akuma's big boy combos. For the most part, you're going to be canceling from the Hadoken. Oops. This is where your damage is going to come from, and it's up to you how you want to mix that up. Yeah, there's a bunch of combos you can do, but for the most part, it's going to be down 3, cancel into Hado. Now, if you're willing to spend the second bar, okay, for even higher damage, yeah, you can either, if down 2 is going to be your lucky charm, okay. There's other ways you can connect with the second bar, such as like you can go like you can do this combo, right? But that's way harder. When you do down 2, it's the fastest move to do after you FADC cancel, because it's so fast, it makes the time frame after the dash, after you cancel, much shorter than if you were to do like this move or this move here. Like, that's much harder rather than just doing the down 2. So like, that's just way easier, if that makes sense. So basically down 2 is going to be, it's going to give you a shorter time. It's going to give you more time to cancel into your next move, right? And this could be, you can make this up anyway, but for the most part, down, it's going to be down 2 or down 3 to enter that combo. So yeah, take advantage of this low, right? And just remember that you have to be super close, otherwise the opponent can block it. So yeah, you go on and experiment with your own combos. Like I said, there's a bunch of Akuma videos out there. I'll post a bunch of combo examples at the end of this video, just to show how creative you can get. But yeah, for the most part, this is going to be where you experiment what kind of combos work for you. Like, you can even jump in with it. You can even EX Fireball. Like, he just has so much. Like, let's see, you can, like, Akuma can, he can connect from so many moves, but for the most part, this is the one that's gonna do it for you. Alright, so good luck on these combos. I hope that made sense. Let's move on. Alright, now to move on to Akuma's wall damage potential, let me just show you a couple moves that can wall splat your opponent into the wall. So we have 1+2. We have this move. Forward 4. Tatsu. Light Tatsu, not heavy. Sorry. Light DP does it. Demon Flip 3. Let's see, am I missing anything? Oh, Wall Rising 2. And Wall Running 3. So all these moves can wall splat your opponent. I hope I didn't forget any. Oh, and this launcher here can also splat. Yeah, cool. So yeah, those are some moves that I don't know if I forgot any, but those are some moves that can wall splat your opponent, and you can also use that to connect after your FADC combos, like I showed you. So you can go 1+2, and then use the down 3 to DP your opponent to wall splat them. So here, I'll showcase that again. So let's say I get them to the wall, right? I'm super close, and this is where Akuma can be super deadly too. So just down 3 into DP, and you just made yourself an 89 damage combo. You can even go higher than that, but let's see. Oh, another move you can wall splat into is this one. Okay, and this is a much stronger option than doing just 1-2, just by 2 damage. But if you connect it, oh, oops. Like, look at the damage, like just from the wall, just from one poke, right? And in the wall combos are way easier than just doing FADC in the open, because you're even closer, right? You have your opponent just dead on the wall. So utilizing the wall and making sure that you pick wall stages when you play Akuma is super crucial. But yeah, you have a bunch to experiment with, and for the most part, if to end wall combo damage, going for the Tatsu is a better option rather than like DP. Because with Tatsu, you can actually, if you hit them at the right angle, you can actually connect the DP again. See? Just like that. And now see, look. Sorry. See, you can do Tatsu over and over again. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that's it for wall damage. Go ahead and experiment with that. Oh, I forgot to mention one more thing. Akuma's forward 4-2-1 can wall splat as well, so yeah, that's also a good way. It's also a good move to use, like at a somewhat far range, to get that wall splat. Like, you can use it further. Hold on, if I get my opponent, yeah, right here, like look at that, or even further than that. So really utilize this move, like here, like look at that. You just do so much. So yeah, experiment with the wall potential. There's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of combos online you can look at. But yeah, let's move on. All right, so for the wall tech traps, you have a couple options here. You have the light Tatsu, and you have the demon flip, the dive kick. So let me just show you. I get a wall splat, and resplat the opponent. I can go into the demon flip and then dive kick, and see how Akuma catches them after Jin rolled. So yeah, if you catch your opponent, you can do some crazy damage. Let me show you. Oh, oops, hold on, I didn't get him that time. But yeah, just like that, see? So yeah, you can do some crazy stuff with it. You can also, let's say you get a wall splat, you can, yeah, you can also tech trap like this. See, that's a cross-up Tatsu, Street Fighter only move. But yeah, there's a lot of creativity you can get. There's different moves you can cross up with, such as this move here. Okay, so I don't use it a lot, but it's there. Cross up. But remember, this only works if the opponent rolls, so just be aware of that. But yeah, there's some tech traps you can use. Yeah, I just want to keep it beginner friendly, so yeah. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like and subscribe button. Hopefully you learned something out of this Akuma guide. It was really meant to be focused towards the more beginner to intermediate. level range. But if you guys want, I can do an advanced tutorial. I probably left a bunch of stuff out in this tutorial, and that's just because I just wanted to, just give the most practical basics of Akuma. But yeah, if you guys want, I could do an advanced tutorial. But yeah, without further ado, I'm just gonna drop some of my best clips that I've had offline and online. So yeah, like I said, thanks for watching, and like always, stay awesome. Peace.
Oh, I just did the super long call. Oh, bro.
What is that? Oh, shoot. Yes! This is it. Bam. 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 And then we gonna go 1, 2. Yes! Yo! We didn't get a trick! I did it! I did it! I finally did it! Oh. There we go. See, I find the openings and then I capitalize on them. And then now you're dead. Oh wow. Oh. Yeah, baby, look at that. Woo! You're damn near dead. That is...
Yo, these dudes chill. Yeah, go get them, my... Damn. Oh.
Yup, took my points back. Yeah, we gonna DP that. We gonna DP that too.
I got...
Beach, when I say we gonna DP that, that basically means... Because Akuma's the only dude here that can show you can. Yeah, we gonna DP that too, thank you.
What? My teammate died? You need to kill him? You're so low.